some people have asked me why those who are really bad people and they have power and they kill a lot of people or do a lot of bad stuff in the world, nothing happens to them. Or if something happens, they just die and nothing will see. I mean, no pain, no like pressure from anybody. And the answer is a little bit complicated and weird. So basically, what happens is that these people are very successful in what they do, and nothing happened to them. There are two parts in this question. Why they're successful? Because all the forces, all the energy that they have is directed into one goal or one direction or one destiny, and they're very focused in that. And that's why they do whatever they want. When they want to do something, if they want to just gain a specific amount of money or power or anything, they can do it easily. But we can't. Ordinary people cannot do it because we're not that focused. We are not really, we're basically dealing with a lot of internal wars in us because we are thinking of between good and bad. We are basically struggling between so many things and choosing the right way versus the wrong way. And we are not focused. And that's why we're not that successful. Those people are very focused. They don't care about anything. They just focus on their goals, and they do everything they can to get to that point and to reach their goals and their destination. The other thing is that there's karma, and that karma is in us, and we experience that karma because we don't know what we're doing is good or bad, and then if we think that it's not good, then we experience that karma, and we are basically struggling with all the choices in life. They don't deal with that type of challenges. So why they don't have karma? Because a lot of them, they know that they're acting in a virtual reality, and they know that they are just actors. They're players of this game. They know that it's a kind of like a simulation. It's a game, and they're playing the game. They're playing this personality. They know that if they do bad things, nothing will happen to them because it's just a game. I mean, as soon as they're done, they're gone, and they're dead. They go back to their soul, and nothing happens to them because they're acting as a kind of like a bad personality in this reality. And so, as we are basically kind of like a players or actors, there's no karma, there's no bad thing, for us because everything is basically like a game or a movie. And so the actors will just get the money after acting because there's no karma for them. If you're acting as kind of like a bad person in a movie, the producer will pay you at the end of the movie because you're just actor. You're just acting in that role, right? So there's no such thing as bad or hell or whatever for those actors because they know that they're just acting. If they don't, and like me and you, and we think that every choice that we make is just based on our emotion and our choices, and we have the ability to just choose the whole path that we are playing, or we are walking on, and then we'll face the hell because we think that we have to experience that. But if you don't believe in it, it never happens to you. And that's why these people do not experience that type of bad karma or hell that we are talking about. And there's a huge difference between experiencing bad things and doing whatever you are supposed to do. So when you are doing whatever you're supposed to do, you know that there's no such thing as karma or hell for you, because the producer, which is God, will pay you you the price, the gift, your wage. So basically, there's nothing wrong with that, and you're just doing your best to act as bad as possible, in that role, and try to just provide the best acting and that you can. So that's why these people are very successful, and they don't experience any bad karma. And if we reach to that level to understand that everything is just a game, everything is a simulation, then we do experience the same thing on both sides. I mean, on the good side or on the bad side, doesn't matter. And we do our best in this simulation, and we act as good as possible, as the best, the best thing that we can do to just make it happen and make it very realistic. So we always think that the power, there's two power, but in reality there's only one, and that is God. Nothing is out of God. There's no in and out. Everything is God. So there's no bad and good. There's no positive and negative. Everything is God. Even the negative side is God. And we sometimes think that God is different as the other side, and the bad guys are on outside and it's not part of God. No, everything is part of God. God has created this simulation good and bad is inside. Darkness and light is one in one place. If there is no darkness, light means nothing. If there is no light, darkness means nothing. So they have to be together. And the God has created the whole thing, this duality, in order to teach us a lot of stuff and to experience a lot of stuff. So we act on one side and we gain that experience, and we transfer that experience to God, and God gets more experienced and grows in all direction. And that's why everything is changing, evolving, and learning. And the learning process is ongoing. So we go to different, acting classes, and we take different roles on different sides, on both sides, on the light and on the dark. And we experience both. And eventually we reach to a point that we can understand the bigger picture and everything that's going on. So it's exactly like the games. Like, for example, if you're playing like those type of sports, like Need for Speed on computer, or those type of devices. So you see that there is a police side and there is a racer side, for example, and you can play both. I mean, you can play the police and learn how it works, and then you can learn the racer's side, and you can learn that one, and eventually you can reach to a level that you're kind of like an expert in that game, because you have played both sides, and you understand the weaknesses and the strengths on both sides. And now you are a professional driver in Need for Speed because you have played both. And that's what we are doing in this life and in all the lives that we are experiencing. If you like this type of content, please don't forget to hit the like button, follow the channel. And if you need any sort of astrology and numerology consultation, go to my website, book an appointment, and we can talk about your case.